we saw the officials be put under the microscope, if I can say words correctly, over the weekend. You had LeBron. We've shown all the angles and clips of him being upset, throwing himself on the ground like he was Ray J in the One Wish video, or Usher.
Not Ray J in the One Wish video.
Or Usher in any of the videos he's done in the past. I'm going here, Brooke. In the NFL, we saw the officiating in the AFC and NFC championship games. Are we at a bad place with officiating?
This is my thing about officials, is I believe that their job is difficult. I also don't believe that's an excuse for them to not do a good job. There are so many calls in a game that are going to be missed, and I think that sports fans are okay with that. I think it's the calls in critical situations or a lack of consistency on how it's called when it comes down to the critical situation that really bothers sports fans. And I can point to a late hit by Frank Clark on Joe Burrow that was not called, and they call that during the regular season on a lot of defensive players against these quarterbacks. They didn't call it in the AFC championship game. Then you get the late hit out of bounds, which I think was clear that they did call, but I could understand where somebody would be disappointed by the lack of consistency with that. I go back to the NFC championship game, and this wasn't a big deal, but when they got Fred Warner for punching at the football, and like I know they might have blown the whistle, like guys continue to play after the whistle. He's trying to punch the ball. He's trying to do like the peanut punch. We've all done it. That was one of the things I was really good at when I was a player. To get called for that, I think is absolutely crazy. And then for LeBron James, you go to the rim at the end of the game, it is blatant that he gets hacked and there's no call. That's what's frustrating. So for me, I want to see more accountability for when there are these missed calls. Is there a fine system? Because players get fined. They're held accountable. Is there a press conference for these officials to explain why they called the game a certain way? But this is a bit of a problem right now.
Big accountability guy you are, JP. Well, yeah, I mean, Eric Lewis, after that game, he said, listen, we missed that. That's on us. But, I mean, it's one thing to admit it. But like you said, there needs to be accountability to ensure that it doesn't happen again. Because, you know, Shams was talking about the Lakers. This is a team that is fighting to really compete this season. And when you are so close, especially going up against one of the best teams, the best team in the league, wins matter, right? And that was the difference there. Going back to, you know, to the NFL, JP, we saw, remember back in October, there was the outcry with the roughing the passer calls, right? And you touched on that there. I feel like refs are overcompensating, like to protect the quarterbacks, that they're missing other calls as well. It's just like they need to figure something out in that aspect.